To you again at 0 Angel Hours 52 minutes, Thursday, December 5th, and this recording is live. I want to speak about the power of oneness. This one is going to be very different. It is the power of oneness, chapter, because I'm going to do 5, 6, and 7 within my book. So this is probably going to be in chapter 5, 6, or 7. I bet you can't guess the power of oneness I'm going to talk about. And you're going to question why I say that's the power of oneness. And the reason I am calling these the power of oneness, remember, everything outside of you is negative. What is negative? If you take anything negative, you push it away. You cannot control it. Remember, positive is everything inside of you. That's why when they say you have HIV, you're HIV positive, because the virus is no longer, and negative is outside of you. That means whoever have it is going to still have it. When you get positive, that means it's going to be in you. See, there's a reason. You got to pay attention to a little small details. And I was telling this young lady real quick, this is a power you have. Remember, you can control everything you say and do. You know where I stand, right? But then you don't know where I stand. Because 1 minute I can agree with you, but if there is an action or there's a word underlined in tone, which is, it can be negative, or I can spot, let me say, I remember I was younger and somebody said this to me. I wish they had said it this way. That's why I say I'm here to guide and challenge. You ever try to be positive in everything you come out? You don't hear it because you're saying it. Here's a prime example. Oh man, I'm happy I got rid of them chicks. That's all they did was steal and take and do this for me. Instead of saying, I'm happy I started making better decisions in my love life. Nobody know where I stand. They just know. Now, when the young man or the young woman or me, as I am responsible as a black man, I am responsible as a black man, I am responsible as a black man, I am responsible as a black man. I remember I made that recording. And so my responsibility as a role model, and hopefully I am, when the little young men are, African Descendant young men are watching me, I am actually their mentor. You know, I'm their mentor. I'm going to be the set example. And I have to put disclaimer, this is not for everybody. Everybody's not a role model, everybody's not a mentor, and everybody don't want to be a role model, and I am okay with that. But I am responsible as a black man. And so I have to say to myself, how am I putting this out? Even in my videos, if you listen to a lot of my videos, I stand on truth. The things I say is literally things I will say in everybody's face. And I have done it, and I won't back down. But the way I am, when you confront me, if you confront me in a way, you got like, all right, let me think, let me come back to it. That's why I really hate questions that can be answered many different ways. And like, I hate ultimatums. I hate saying, is your answer yes or no right now? So if somebody asks me something, hey, 4 months from now, we're going to do this? Cool. 2 months, 2 weeks? Cool. Don't ask me 2 hours. Because that day I might be feeling a certain way. And if that's very important to that person, and I'm happy I can say this, that power of oneness that I have, I can take the time out. And I don't want to elude what I want to speak about in the power of oneness is receiving. See, even when I was speaking about negative is outside, positive is inside, that's what the power of oneness is. It's inside. It's everything you can control. And think about this. I can control, or can you? I'm asking you, but I know I can. Can you control everything in your surrounding? To me, yes. When I come home, I know what's in my place, my house, my apartment, wherever I'm living at the time. I know where I'm at. I know where I'm going. And if I go to your house, I can control the power in your house because I can control power within me. See, people now look what you did. I guarantee you, when I said I can control power in your house, you said, no, you can't. That's my house. I control my house. See, but we forget our house is our vessel, our body. I can control the power in my body. Don't matter what happened. Somebody said, well, if somebody shoot at you, what if just, you gotta remember, when you know you enter into anything, then if you are called to be welcome, you have an option in what we call choices. You can make decision based on each situation, how it differs from the next situation. So as in for receiving, guess what? Everybody know how to give. This is a great topic because we in December, as I say, the most wonderful time of the year is the giving season. It's the season of giving. We just came off the season of Thanksgiving. Now, if anything, I don't celebrate them, and I understand I call them holidays. Just like the first lady at the church I'll be going to, she called it the halom. And I'll talk about that. I'll do a live one, I'll do a recording on that. She called it the halom. You know why she called it the halom? Just as now. I can say what I want. Even as we dictate what is going on in our panels and live, we can dictate. We have the control. But some people don't choose that. If I know I don't want nobody arguing, when I do mine, I want to hear people's differences, but I'm going to stop it. I'm going to tell them, it's etiquette. That's not a white man's view. That's not a white person's view. That's not a way. It's the etiquette. The elders, if the elders want to eat, elders have the choice to we usually allow the children to eat first. That's why it's Thanksgiving. Because, they're bringing on the next generation. Then the elders eat. Then the people in between eat. It has nothing to do. So as the father come home, now that changes because of it's not a pecking order or a tree. It's a tree of life. It's an etiquette. That father get I ain't saying the father eat. I'm not saying the father eats first, but the father plates get served first. Then, but what the etiquette of the father would do, if we get back to because we love talking about the family dynamic or the domestication of family, do you eat together with your family? Is your family around? Are you eating at a table? We do. That's one of if anything, if we're going to honor that time of the year, not the day. We're going to honor that time of the year. That's why I say there's a time of giving, the Thanksgiving, and then receiving. Then there's a part of the year. If you're going to do anything, that's what I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating the Thanksgiving, the thanks, the giving. Christmas, I'm celebrating that because it's part of my joy, my happiness of giving. Whether I give or not, I love seeing people give. But I give throughout the whole year. Then I am a veteran. So, and before I was a veteran, on Veterans Day, I'm not honoring the massacre. I'm honoring the veteran. Regardless if they're alive or they're dead. Or they're passed on, rest their souls. And then you got the beginning of the year. The new year. I'm not celebrating the new year as it come up. I'm celebrating the year I made it through. Because on the average age of African Descendant Man, this is still part of the power of oneness. You know how I flow. Don't think I'm off course. I'm still talking the power of oneness. And I'm still talking about receiving. I'm receiving these days. But I'm celebrating. I'm not receiving them as you are receiving them. So don't get it twisted. I'm still on receiving. You know how I flow. And so when the new year comes, I am receiving. I'm receiving that as a new year. As I was about to state, the average age of an African Descendant Man is 33.6 years. And I did the numbers. That is for a generation. That is actually true. It became more true in the 70s and the 80s towards the 90s because of more now expedited murders because of expedited things that happen. People say time changed. Yeah, the generation. Now that the generation got it so bad, and I hear a generation talk, they don't listen to nobody. I don't remember being younger and receiving a good word I was excited because I didn't have my grandparents. I'm the opposite of what I didn't have. If I didn't have something, I'm more excited to receive it. than just to diss it off. I found it very intriguing how I can open the door for a young lady or a woman, but in her mind hasn't opened the door. Some even say it. What do you want? It's as if you don't open the door. So I'm opening up. See my path. This is my path, my journey. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. But that other person don't see it. But that don't mean that's negative. I don't stop. So is in my wording, as I was saying as well, my other statement I was saying, oh, I'm a better person out because of that man. I left him alone. No, how about I made better relationship choices again, and I made better decisions about how who I go around. Not even who, you ain't gotta say that, or where I go. See, nobody think as that. There is another one of receiving. You're late. Somebody came and got you. You may have your own car, but you carpooling or you're just late coming down. You're 2 minutes, 5 minutes late. You need to be on time. We all know we have to be on time. We should be on time. Now, what happens when you late? Well, when you come down, most of the time we say, sorry for being late. No, just now, this is how to get to extract the power in it. Put the power of receiving back into the person. Say thank you for waiting patiently for me. You ever heard that one? When I first heard it, I thought about things that way, but until I heard it, sometimes we heard it. Just like I ask everybody, what is your religion? Where did you hear that from? How do you know? Now, for me, I just bring up religion for a reason. Not for a specific reason. I'm not about to get into religion. Is for me, I want to know the answer. I want to know the truth for me. Because if I'm being positive and I'm trying to receive, so if I need to receive what these people are saying to me about this information, I got to be able to go believe it. How do I believe it? And that's that power of oneness, when that power of oneness come in. So I want you to just take the time out today. You give everything you have. Now, in a positive way, learn how to receive. And here's a quick little, not like the BET short or the short film shorts, the Sundance. Here's a short story. I'm a giver, a helper, a sister. I assist. I'd rather pass the ball. I'd rather give somebody else the credit. Because I don't want to be spotlight. Give me the spotlight, but take it off me real quick. Give me the spotlight when it's needed to be. Like I want to be in the spotlight for young African Descendant Men. That's one of the things I want to start for the next year. This is going to be one of my main things in the channel. I'm most such as start a new channel. I'm going to call it, I don't have a name, it's like a working title. Good Brothers, African Descendant Man, Stigmas, Stereotypes, and things. I don't have a title for it. We're single African Descendant men that don't have children, or young men that's coming up that want to have children, and that got a different mind. Yes, I grew up, like the one lady, she said, I love hood niggas, or hood dudes. And I like to swag this and that. I said, oh, okay. I said, I was his neighbor for 17 years until I went into the military. See, a lot of people don't get that. Hear what she said. She said, I love hood dudes, the dudes that's out in the hood, the projects. I told her, I said, oh, okay. I was his neighbor for 17 years. So I'm not even explaining that to nobody. And she just looked at me. This happened for real. All my accounts is pretty much real. I may not have them verbatim in my mind, because some of them, they're just like recollection of things. I'm not lying about it. Literally everything I say is the truth. There's nothing. I don't trust me. I wish I can find these people and get in contact or get in touch, and they would tell you the truth. I'm not making this up. I did say that, whether it was pretty or not pretty. I said it. So she didn't get it. She got it. I think she got it. That's all. I had to say it to her twice. But this is the story. I'm a good I think, and that's where I want my channel to go, for a good African Descendant men, so we can change the imagery and the narrative. I'm not here to prove my house, my money, my finances, Everybody got to always work on that, or what I have and don't have. And I tell you this, brothers, it's okay to have a word, because you manifest, and you speak into existence what you want to be first, even if you do it for 6 years. Because you know why you do that, brothers? I want to say this real quick. You know why you do that into existence and you manifest it? Because you was never told you was good. Even when you wasn't doing bad, you was told you was bad. Just because you was a little boy, you was knocking stuff off the table, or you broke some bottles on the ground, and somebody say, "Oh, see, that's why y'all bad. That's why little black kids." See, this is where I come in. I don't have none of that stuff. I don't have a house. I don't care for driving, so I don't have a car. I don't have a driver's license. I don't have a lot of things, but I know I have myself. And it's not to be funny. I think I got decent money, finances. I think I have enough skills. I know I have enough skills to make more and more. But that's not my MO. I'm not here to prove that. And if you talk to a brother, and if the brother don't want to hear what you have to say based on things, I just told this to a young lady. I said, I seen in my sister. You start replacing because you're hurt. I'm not going to replace my family because I'm hurt of what they did. I go around them and do my piece. I know who I am. I'm not scared. I'm not worried about what somebody else is doing, what somebody else is thinking. I'm here. This is, as I said from the beginning, I started. If you watch the beginning of my videos and you've been a family member, I appreciate you. I have a focus, a purpose, mission, and position. That won't be on nobody else's time but yours. If you accomplish it once you're 60, that's beautiful. Imagine if a person was around you and they got to cheer you on. That's support. We talking about protecting African Descendant women. What about nursing? It's as one thing got to go out the door for the other. How come all of them can't be in the door? I can love money, but I ain't got to love the root of it. I don't want the root of the money I love. I want to use that. So yes, I want to gain money so I can use that as a vehicle so I can get to help those people. Because I remember somebody had asked me, what if you end up became a basketball player? I said, I'm in my right position. But I said, you know what? I said, I think I was grounded enough because I've always been a grounded person. How they say, if you don't stand for something, you don't fall for anything. I will say it in two different ways. Well, three. That first, I'm not going to say it the first way. If you don't stand for your grounded or your structure that you have, you will fall for anything. And if you don't stand on truth, you will fall for anything. So if you don't stand on truth, you will fall for anything. If you don't stand on what you are structured and grounded in, you will fall for anything. See, I define what I won't fall in. So I say, one day I say, I fall into a vagina so much, then you get, or I get more ass than ashtray. And I say, okay, that's not my quest. Hopefully it can be my destination if I get with a woman because I want to have a child. So hopefully I get, she honors me. See, I respect honoring. See, you don't hear this no more. And that's how I talk. I even say thank you when she give me, women. I remember women say, oh, thank you. It was different. She ain't make fun of me or nothing. She's like, oh, I never heard nobody say thank you for giving me a kiss. I appreciated her. I still say the word cheer. I actually do these things. I do it because I care. I'm a helper. I want to see her happy. If you can't see somebody happy at the micro level, I go see them at the micro or the biggest level. Micro, smaller level. If I can't see her happy eating her favorite fruit, I'm like, oh, her mother used to cut up her. I have to learn that. But that person, they have to give you an opportunity because remember, you're not them. That's the power of receiving. See, I'm never losing where I'm coming from. Don't lose. That's another one. Never forget where you come from. And so me helping this gentleman, I help him. I even told him. I even spoke boldly. Like I spoke boldly. I say, God, was you real? You better make it stop raining. At the time, I called him God. I was like, all right, it's still raining. I'm getting ready to go to school. That's when I was going to school and work. I think I was 24 because I left the military at 22, but I really got out at 23 in a way because by the time I got out, I extended because I wanted to do something else in there, but it didn't work out. They didn't give it to me, so I said, okay, time for me to go then. So that's like, that was for me to know that it was time for me to go because I know it was no reason for them to deny me of what I wanted to do. Think about that. If there's no reason for that person to deny you what you want to do. So I took the powers out of their hand and I put it right back in mine. I'm going to come back because I ran out of space. Say la.